Hi, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning, and I had a crazy idea. This is something that I'm pulling way back from my memory, and I haven't had this in a long time, but I've kind of been craving it, and it's like I just decided I have to make it. Have you ever fried a piece of bologna on the griddle or a pan on the stove? Well, I had never done this before. When I got married 30 years ago, my husband, this was one thing that he used to make all the time. And it was like, it kind of would gross me out. I'm like, frying bologna? You never fry bologna. And, and he would make fried bologna sandwiches all the time. It super quick, easy meal that he could throw together. And I actually got to where I kind of liked them. It was like, we were both working out of the house and would come home and it's like nobody wanted to cook. Let's do some fried bologna sandwiches. I think my husband used to make it for us when I would get tired and didn't want to cook. And but growing up, I was talking to my brother and I asked him, I said, did we ever have fried bologna sandwiches growing up? And he said, no. I'm like thinking, I don't think I remember. I don't think I ever did when we were growing up as kids. And, but I do remember bologna. And I remembered pickled bologna. My mom used to make pickled bologna and they loved pickled bologna. And what else? Ground bologna. My mom used to make ground bologna all the time, which I didn't like because, um, it's made with the dill pickles, and I don't like dill pickles, and so I did never really like the ground bologna. And my husband makes that all the time now, so we have it quite frequently. But I don't eat it because But then I was had a aha moment a while back that I'm like, why not? Why make them with sweet pickles? I think I like sweet pickles, but I've never had ground bologna with sweet pickles, with ground pickles. And so someday I think I'm going to try that and see if I like it. I think that is something that I would really like, but we'll have to work on that for a recipe for some other time. But fried bologna sandwiches, super easy, simple ingredients. I just went in to the deli and got thin slices of bologna. You can buy packages of these. I just like to go to the deli and get, the freshly cut. And I don't have very thick. I know some people will do thicker pieces. Mine, I just want to make a sandwich and I just want it kind of thin. And I'm just using the small bread. You can use like whatever kind of bread that you want. And I'm going to toast it a little bit because I want to just add a little bit of flavor to it. But I know growing up, when my husband used to make it, he used to just use whole wheat bread. I think he used mustard maybe and fried bologna. But I'm going to use mayonnaise. Yes, I'm a Miracle Whip lover, so I'm using Miracle Whip. And I'm doing a little bit of lettuce on mine. And I'm just going to butter the bread. So let's get started. If you're coming in from Facebook, if you want to just drop your name in the comments where you're from, if you're new here, I'd love to hear where you guys are from. And even if you're watching this on replay, do tell me where you're from. I love to hear where people are watching from. And just amazes me. We've had Florida, we've had Alabama, Indiana, Illinois, Vermont, where else? Michigan. I'm from Michigan, so I have a lot of Michigan viewers that are on, and just all sorts of viewers. But let's get started. This is going to be a real quick recipe, so it's not a lot to it. I have my griddle set at 350. This is an electric Blackstone griddle, the 17-inch. And I also have done this on the outside griddle, or you could do it on the outside griddle. You can do it in a saute pan on the stove. But the griddles that I have outside are the 36-inch Blackstone Griddle, and I also have the 22-inch gas Blackstone Griddle that I love outside. It's still a little bit cold here. It's dark now. It hasn't been too bad. The snow is pretty much gone. There's not very much. It's been in the 50s, but it's been windy. And, that's why I haven't cooked outside, because the wind has been really, really strong here. And, it just is not suitable for doing any recording. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to add, you can just take the bread to toast it, just put it directly on the griddle and it'll toast like it was in the toaster. I'm going to take and just add a little bit of butter. I like to add a little bit of flavor, to it. Dan has been on before and he did suggest mayo, which I did the other day. It wasn't too bad, but I'm not sure if I'm a fan of mayo. I think maybe just because I've grown up on butter that I just like the butter the best. So that's what I'm using. So when you're doing recipes, do what you like the ingredients that you like to cook with. It's okay to experiment and try other things, but a lot of times you'll be happiest with the seasonings and the ingredients that you're used to using. So I'm just going to take and just gently press down on there so it adheres to the griddle, okay? So I'm going to get this out of my way. And so the bologna, I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to experiment and see. When I looked in this online, I noticed a lot of people put like scores, the edges of it. I'm assuming it's so that it doesn't curl, but I'm just going to show you guys what'll happen with or without the scores. I'm just putting it on, no seasoning or no oil, no nothing. There is, the fatness in the sandwich, the butter part here, and in the bologna. So I'm just going to take and just score. I'm just doing like little lines or cutting into maybe like an inch all the way around this, so that it's got like little score marks in it, and we're just going to put it like that. In this I can see it's kind of like bubbling, doming up. I don't know if you can see that there. But this, let's see if I can get a little bit closer for you. Wyoming, Sandy Shaw from Wyoming, welcome. I think you've been on, maybe you bought my cookbook, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But see, this one is kind of puffed up a little bit, and this one isn't too bad, and maybe that's what the scoring does. It helps. I was kind of poking it a little bit, and it doesn't seem like that. Let's see if I just kind of release it. Yeah, and it's actually not taking too long. Look how golden brown that is already. This is like a really quick cooking sandwich. Yeah, we're gonna let that go a little bit. Still not, I want a little bit more color to it. And so this, you could tell that there is a little bit of difference between the scored one and the not scored. So it's, yeah, definitely a difference. I'm going to gently, I'm not going to cut, I'm not going to like scratch into the griddle. I'm just like gently just scoring. Yeah, and my bologna has gone down just by doing this. It must have something to do with like the edges, like that. Yeah. Actually, I think we're going to do a little bit more on that side. This is going to be pretty quick as far as, yeah, it's not too bad. I'm actually, I think, going to pull the bologna because I don't want the bologna to get too done. It's nice and golden brown with the color. Look how good the color is on that. And I mean, what was that? Like a minute, maybe 2 minutes on that. So I'm just going to let this go just a little bit longer. It's golden brown, but not as golden brown as I really want it to be. I'm going to turn it. Remember, the griddle has hot spots. Always remember that. I kind of had it closer to the edge here. I'm going to push it more towards the middle. On every griddle is different. So you will find hot spots and you'll find cooler spots on every griddle. You just have to figure out where those are at. And it's super easy by just watching, look at your food and seeing what the color is on the food when you're doing it. So this, I know that my hot spots are in the middle here. My cooler spots are on the edge. So I just kind of work with that. And I'm going to take a little bit of lettuce. Sandy, have you ever had a fried bologna sandwich before? This is, I don't know if this is, my husband, his family is Polish, and so I don't know if this is more of like, yeah, a Polish recipe maybe. My husband's family does, they do like pączki and what do you call it, head cheese. There's quite a few recipes that they do that I never did growing up. Okay, so it's nice and toasted there. You could probably leave it on a little bit, but I'm gonna just start assembling the sandwich. I'm gonna shut off my griddle because I'm all done with it. And just super easy. So I don't know if you can see me assembling this. I'm just gonna go, maybe I'm gonna do like kind of layer it like that. Like that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of mayonnaise. You can use mustard. You can also use like cheese maybe if you want to do some cheese on here. I wasn't feeling cheese. I just I don't remember my husband when he used to make this a while back. I don't remember him ever using cheese on it. So I'm just trying to keep it simple and just just like that. There you go. What are we at? Sandy said she was raised on them. And I don't know if it's just like certain areas or cultures, if this is a cultural thing or, but they're pretty popular. I was looking up like the different, but look how easy that is. Look how beautiful that looks. That's a gorgeous sandwich. And I made that in just a matter of just a couple minutes. So I told you this was going to be a super simple recipe. It's not very complicated. And you can, if you're feeding like a crowd, this would be a good one to feed like a crowd. This would be a good kid recipe. Like if you kind of have picky eaters and you want to expand their, give them something different a little bit, this might be a good recipe to try. So, I guess under 15 minutes and I'm done with the recipe for today. So, I wanted to I keep on forgetting. So with the griddle, this kind of a griddle, make sure to use plastic utensils. This does have a porcelain top. I do have the directions. As you can see, it's like, it's kind of sticky. This is going to be a little bit challenging to clean, but I do have a video on how to clean this super easy using one of these. I use the magic eraser, and this will come off like a dream with this. It's super, super easy to clean. And but when you're using the outside, the gas griddles, you can use the metal utensils and that on it, it's fine. But just make sure when you're using this, the inside, the electric porcelain top griddle, that you use the plastic utensils. See, when I use this, I use the plastic coated so that I didn't scratch. It's super important that you keep this protected and you don't scratch it. It's kind of like a pan on the stove. You know, if you ruin that coating on there, then the pan is it's something that you just don't want to do. So I do have my cookbook, Recipes for the Blackstone Griddle. You can go on my website, FromMichiganToTheTable.com, or you can go on mygriddlesecrets.com, and I have like a shop area where you can get the digital version of this if you want it right away. You can get the printed copy. You can get both of them. And I also have a membership course that you can get, that you can sign up for. And I will teach you like how to use a griddle, how to season it, how to the accessories that you're going to need, and different recipes for you to try, where I actually walk through step by step on how to do certain recipes, and it's super easy for you to follow. That you can find on mygriddlesecrets.com. What else is there? If you are watching this video, whether it's on Facebook, make sure to go to my YouTube channel, and you can just type in Chef Sherry Ronning and it'll pop up. And I have so many different recipes on there, griddle recipes, and I'm trying to grow my subscribers. I'm trying to grow, have the more watch hours, people watching my videos, so YouTube will pick it up and show my videos a little bit more. So just poke around my page and see what different kind of recipes I have, and just watch a few of them. I'd really appreciate it. And I really appreciate everyone that has bought my cookbook, that helps support me and my family and my business. I'm just a small business, and this is what I like to do. I like to bring recipes to you. I like to share recipes, and this is my passion. So I hope you guys like that. I guess I'm gonna get going. Sandy said that this was her dad's favorite. And I know it seems like if you like fried bologna sandwiches, it is, you could probably tell all kinds of stories about it. It's, it's a true recipe that has stood the test of time. So I can remember it 30 years ago making this recipe. So, and I'm sure it was made 30 years before that. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and come back and watch my videos. Make sure to watch my other videos and subscribe to my page. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.